Thomas, hold on. Let me cut you off there. I mean, obviously, I could cite, interviews from rock stars that I've been listening to for 40 years, 50 years, and cite far more abhorrent statements and far more abhorrent behavior.
I know, but that's from an artist. This isn't a rock star. This is a guy that grows a long beard and made a fortune off of luring ducks into an untimely death.
Thomas, we don't demand that rock stars be, taken off their record labels. We don't demand that when somebody says something abhorrent from, let's say, the left, that they're driven from.
I don't think, Joe, I don't think anybody demanded that Phil Robertson be suspended. A&E came out and said that free speech of what he had to say and has every right to say didn't match up with their capitalist prospect of what A&E means to this show. So they chastised him as an employer. Meanwhile, these people make great money in their own side business, or the business that brought them to this fame. They don't need a reality TV show. But they chose to raise their family to this level.
Do you think he should have been suspended because he said homosexuality is a sin? I guess that's what.
That doesn't sound like why he's being suspended.
That's what we should strip it down to.
I think he was suspended. I mean, because there's more to it. He goes also into the Jim Crow era of the South and talking about the African American community, saying that they were happy, pre-welfare, pre-entitlement.
They didn't talk about that.
Right.
Though.
Well, the first.
And that's what. But
I think, look, GLAAD and other, we're pressuring A&E to suspend him. There were activists, I think, that were on top of this from day one. But look, here's what I worry about. I worry about a situation now. This guy, Phil Robertson has no constitutional right to have a TV show.
Exactly.
But I do worry about the chilling effect, whereby if you express a politically incorrect viewpoint, you are now being sort of shamed, and you could be fired.
So, Matt, did you come out, did the Daily Caller come out for Martin Bashir? Did the Daily Caller come out to defend Martin Bashir's right to free speech?
Most conservatives thought that Martin Bashir should not be fired, should not be let go.
We didn't. He resigned.
I don't know if anybody but I would also say that's a false equivalency. I mean, talking about Sarah Palin,
free speech is free speech.
That comment is vastly different than expressing a position, which, look, I think this is entirely defensible. It's his opinion, and are we going to create a situation where expressing a politically incorrect opinion is fireable?
Matt,
it's suspension, Matt. It's not fireable.
For a second, and just say, though, A&E, as Thomas said, is a business that is in business to make money, right? So they also have the freedom to fire somebody, right? If they suspend somebody, if they want to do it, just like Phil Griffin at MSNBC
they have every right to do it.
Has that right.
But this is I think this is part of a larger trend where you are seeing coercion and people who hold politically incorrect political and religious viewpoints being essentially punished.
Right.
And there's going to be the message is simple. Well, if you disagree with homosexuality politically or from a religious standpoint, keep your mouth shut, because you could be.
Matt, I'm sorry. I know we have to go. But if he just said, listen, I want to talk about the issue of homosexuality, and I personally, because my Christian beliefs believe it is a sin, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. What he said was disgusting, and he said a lot of other disgusting things too, and he doesn't represent what anyone wants around.
I don't necessarily agree with him. I just think he should be able to hold that position.
You're holding him up as like some sort of thought leader. Did you hear what Thomas Roberts read?
Yes.
That was disgusting. Would you want that on the Daily Caller?
Look.
Would you like to have that on the Daily Caller? Would you like to have someone speaking that way about homosexuality on the Daily Caller?
It's not the way that I would have presented it, but I will defend his position, his right to say it, and I don't think we should have this sort of position where we wring our hands and punish people and essentially cast people out.
Capitalism meets free speech. Matt, it's called capitalism meets free speech, so they have a right to react to an employer.
What I'm going to do on Monday is I'm going to find all of the shocking things that rock stars and movie stars have said from the left, and I'm going to read them on this air, and we're going to just start, do we start demanding that they all be fired from their record labels? And I mean, come on. The hypocrisy here is outrageous.
There's no hypocrisy.
There is such hypocrisy here.
No, there's not. I think all the people who put Miley Cyrus on stage simulating sex with an older man should have been fired.
It's a double standard.
Let's go.
But we'll continue this.